When I was looking through old photos, trying to find pictures of Cynthia, I realized something. There aren't many pictures of her. And then it hit me. The reason there are so few pictures is because she was always the one behind the camera. She wanted to capture us smiling, us laughing, us growing, because seeing us happy was her happiness. Cynthia put God first and then everyone else, family, friends, neighbors, and then even people she barely knew. If she saw a teenager like Chris Need walking to the ninth grade center, she pulled over, offered him a ride, and make sure he got to school safely. That was her heart. She lived to make others feel cared for. Today, as we honor Cynthia Ann Holt, we give God the glory for the gift of her life. She had one child, Darla, whom she loved with everything she had. But her love didn't stop there. She sacrificed everything for her sister's children's too. She gave her life so we could have one. She was born to David and Corey Morris, and her siblings meant the world to her. Gloria Pitts, the glamorous, educated, and sophisticated big sister. A teacher whose elegance Cynthia admired deeply. Dilbert Mars, the protective big brother, smooth, steady, and the family's quiet strength. Gwendolyn Morris, the brilliant and extraordinary woman of God, a teacher who led by faith and example. Marilyn Morris, the cosmic joy, born just 5 years before Cynthia, her closest sister in age and in heart. Cynthia adored her father, David Morris, the patriarch of the family. If you ask her what kind of man he was, she'd say he was a Cadillac, smooth, dependable, full of grace. She also carried deep love for her mother, Corrine Greer Morris, who passed at just 59 after a battle with cancer. Cynthia would often say, Medea didn't make it to 60, but I will. That was her promise to give her mother's journey, to live where her mother's journey stopped, to carry the torch forward. Growing up, Cynthia was strict, lovingly strict. She made me and Stephen Singleton pull weeds. No. She made us pull weeds, rake yards, scrub floors, and keep the house spotless. I'll never forget one hot Florida afternoon. We were out in the yard working so hard, our neighbor, Todd Jenkins, actually came out and looked like he felt bad for us. And if you know Todd Jenkins, that man doesn't feel bad for anybody. But that day, even he had to shake his head. That's who Cynthia was. She believed in discipline, hard work, and pride in everything you do. At that time, we thought she was hard on us. Now we know she was preparing us. She was teaching us that cleanliness is godliness, that work builds character, and that responsibility builds pride. She didn't just say she loved you, she showed it. When Cynthia believed in you, she was determined to see you succeed and too stubborn to ever let you forget it. She loved playing tennis. She loved the family on Carver Street and Winter Park. She loved the deep history that ran through our roots. We used to call her Simp the Shocker after Silk the Shocker because she didn't play around. She could be funny, but when she spoke, you listened. I'll never forget the story that defines her courage. Cynthia once burst into multiple crack houses in Orlando to rescue her daughter, Darla. That was Cynthia, fearless, bold, led by love. She would face anything to protect her own. She passed away the day after Shamar's homecoming weekend. And even though that was a joyful time, it now carries a deeper meaning for all of us. About 6 years ago, Yasin wanted to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game to see Odell Beckham, who was playing for the New York Giants at the time. I asked Uncle John if he could take Yasin to the game, but his health wasn't the best then. Without hesitation, Cynthia stepped up. Even though she could have easily said no, she made it happen. She took Yasin to the game and gave him his first real NFL experience. That's who she was: selfless, thoughtful, and always putting family first. She didn't just talk about love, she lived it. Every action, every sacrifice, every moment was her way of saying, I've got you. You know, when you're a kid, you don't always realize how good you have it. You just live in it. But as you grow, you begin to understand that the things that once felt tough were really love in disguise. Cynthia didn't want us to go without. She would go without herself, but she wouldn't let us lack. That's why we thought we were rich, because love like that makes you feel rich, even when money is tight. That's the beauty of family. When you're young, you don't know what you don't know. You go out into the world trying to prove something to people who never loved you like the ones at home. But the truth is, the day you were born, the people who mattered already loved you unconditionally. And if you're blessed, life brings you right back home, back to the love that raised you. That's Cynthia. Her love was real, consistent, and unshakable. Even when we fell, she was there to lift us up. Sick or well, tired or strong, she kept showing up all the way to the end. I spoke with Venus recently. The chaplain let her call me, and she said something that touched me deeply. She said, "Goddess, we lost our moms." And she right. For Venus, for Starlet, and for many of us, Cynthia was mom. She filled that space and gave us what we were missing. She covered us, loved us, and made sure we never felt like we were without family. So when I speak for her today, that's what I want everyone to remember. Cynthia's entire life was a sacrifice of love. She carried everyone on her shoulders and still managed to smile while doing it. She was big on education and strong in faith. She loved the Lord. She went to Ward Chapel, but she always talked how much she admired y'all preacher, Elder Hill. And I just want to say thank you, Elder Hill, for speaking on her behalf, because that's who she connected with spiritually. And one thing I know for certain, Psalms 23 has to be a part of this service. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That verse fits Cynthia perfectly. She trusted God to provide, and she made sure we never went without. She once told me, just like you spoke for little David, I want you to speak for me. And today, I am, because she deserves that and so much more. As I stand here today, I realize even though there aren't many pictures of her smiling in front of the camera, it's because she was busy creating the moments worth capturing. That's who she was. Her story, her story, is written in all of us. And the best way we can honor her is by living our lives the way she taught us, with faith, with pride, with love, with no excuses. Thank you, Aunt Cynthia. You gave us everything, and we'll carry you with us always.